Welcome back to the Road Show. This morning in the Buzz, a bombshell from yet another athlete. Former baseball star Mark McGwire has admitted to using steroids. McGwire says he used performance-enhancing drugs throughout the 90s, including 1998, the year that he broke baseball's single-season home run record. McGwire insists he took performance-enhancing drugs to overcome injuries, not to swing the bat harder. After confessing, the former slugger went on TV last night to come clean. Take a look at some of what he had to say.
I've let a lot of people down. It doesn't feel good. I was using steroids thinking it was going to help me and help me. It was brought to my attention that it was going to help me heal faster, make my body feel back to normal. It was the stupidest thing I ever did. There's no reason to even go down that road.
Well, McGwire says he wanted to get this off his chest in 2005 when he was testifying before a congressional committee, but he says he didn't because he wasn't granted immunity. I also heard him say stuff like, you know, he wanted to protect his family and his livelihood and that sort of thing. What do you guys think about this?
I'm glad he finally confessed. I think if he didn't get this new job with the St. Louis Cardinals, who knows if he would have confessed.
He wouldn't have confessed.
It's good that he finally got it out there. I think it's a little too late, unfortunately. I mean, it's just a shame. It's like every athlete from this generation now, it's something. They're cheating on their wife. They're doing drugs.
Right.
It's like, what is going on?
Listen, here's the bottom line. St. Louis Cardinals came to him and they said, listen, you want to be a batting coach? You're going to have to come forward because you're going to be a distraction and you're going to have to admit to doing steroids. Right. Number two, we didn't have the soundbite here, but we had it earlier this morning when we did the news, and one of his things was, in his tearful apology is, I want to apologize to all the players. Hey, Mark, how about apologizing to all the fans, not just the players? Number two, how about this? Jose Canseco wrote 2 books. Every guy he named in that book has come forward and admitted they did steroids. Jose Canseco has now been considered a pariah because he's been the whistleblower.
You know, I think, I will say this, I do think that hearing him speak, there was...
And I don't buy it. I don't buy these crocodile tears.
You don't? You think it's crocodile tears?
Oh, please.
See, I don't think it's crocodile tears.
Please.
I don't think that he necessarily. I think I was saying to Vince earlier this morning that it's a little bit like, you know, when a kid gets caught for doing something wrong and they only confess because you caught them, but those tears that they get really upset about. I think that he is upset. That he probably does have some regret.
Sure, he's upset because he had to sit in front of a camera and finally admit what he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's upset.
Yeah.
But those are crocodile tears.
I found it weird how naive he was about how the fact that he said he didn't really believe the steroids helped him with his home run.
Right,
it just helped him stay healthy. It's like,
that's a lie.
If you'll remember, he was in a duel that year with Sammy Sosa from the Chicago Cubs.
And he wanted the edge.
And every week they were going back and forth as to who was going to win that title.
The thing is about Mark McGwire, his rookie season, who knows if he was on steroids then?
He was. Did you see him when he was in Oakland? Take a picture of him when he originally was in Oakland.
Yeah,
it's hard,
he came up.
it's hard
he was not huge in Oakland when he first started.
He wasn't that big.
He was 185 pounds.
The thing is, he hit 49 home runs his rookie year. I mean, he probably could have been a great home run hitter
without it.
But we won't know. And I'll tell you the other thing that I don't buy. And I have to check this out. This immunity thing before Congress,
I don't buy that.
Listen, you go before Congress, and many times you go before Congress and they say, listen, I'll tell you whatever you know, you give me the immunity and we'll let you go. They would have given him the immunity if he would have admitted it.
Here's what hurts something.
No way I believe it.
Here's what hurts something with the fans. I was a giant baseball fan, still am. I mean, it's the passion. Baseball fans are unlike any other fans when it comes to knowing their stats and knowing that. In the top 11 home run hitters of all time, you have Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, A-Rod, Rafael Palmeiro. I mean, all
they all did them.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. I mean, beating guys like Mickey and Mantle.
But it was not illegal at the time when they did it.
It's true. There were no restrictions on
rules
steroids.
of using steroids.
Well, then that's the other thing. The thing that I'm curious about is where is baseball's culpability in this? Because
baseball's culpability came with Jose Canseco book, Juiced. That was what opened this all up.
But clearly,
and as I said,
they encourage the use of steroids. They want their players to play the best. They know who
I don't know
these
if they
trainers
encouraged it as much as they turned the blind eye to it.
Which is just, to me, as bad.
Right. But, you know, like I said, Canseco is the pariah here, but he's the guy ultimately that cleaned up the sport.
First of all, I have to disagree with you. You know, Canseco chose to use drugs, and he chose to profit off the fact that he was the first one to talk. All right, so big deal.
He wanted to sell books. He wanted to sell books.
wanted to sell books.
What do you mean? Well, doesn't everybody do that?
Yeah.
Didn't Sarah Palin just do that?
Yeah, but you know,
everybody does it.
Everybody
That's
does
the way
that.
it works.
But the thing is that that his mission was to clean up the sport. That wasn't his mission. He wanted to line his bank account. I have no problem with that. But don't say, "Oh, I cleaned up the sport."
Well, if he didn't do it, who did?
Well, Courtney Calgieri did. No, Courtney, I wanted to see what people on our live blog and Facebook are saying, because obviously a hot topic this morning.
It really is. You know, obviously they're not surprised, but they are talking about, you know, getting him out of the Hall of Fame, wiping out records, things like that. And we'll get to the poll in just a second. Here's what some of our viewers are saying on the live blog. Doc says ban him from the Hall of Fame, also wipe out all of his records. And Smokey Wolf says yes, he shouldn't be a part of the Hall of Fame. He lied to all of us for all these years. Why should he be allowed to have that? And Tripp says if it wasn't 12 years, I'd make an example out of him. At this point, given the choices, I'd put an asterisk next to his name to always bring into question its validity. And we have a ton more comments there, so if you're just joining us, hop on the live blog to see what everyone's saying. Here's the poll on foxprovidence.com. How do you think baseball should handle McGwire's admission? Nothing. Everyone was doing it. Wipe his stats from the books, put an asterisk next to his stats, or ban him from baseball. You can weigh in there, or you can chime in on Facebook. If you're checking your inbox this morning, we've got about 12 comments, and Adam Blessing said, glad he finally admitted what we all knew anyway. And Antoinette Anderson says, no big surprise there. I think that record should be wiped out. He was cheating. So that's a really bad example for kids who look up to these guys. And Ellen Principe says, take away his record. So they're all sounding off here, and if you wanted to, you can do it a number of ways. But I'll be back in about 30 minutes with your poll results. For now, back to the kitchen, Lily.